Okay, so first of all, I would like to thank you for attending this event and providing your valuable insights. It was great listening to you. And first of all, I would like to ask you what were the key highlights for you from the inaugural session, and what do you have to say about other speakers, whatever they said?
I think the key highlights were, firstly, of course, understanding the Viksit Bharat and understanding how we move as a healthcare into Viksit Bharat to provide the best healthcare to our patients. I mean, that's that, or the population of the country. We have a 1.4 billion population, and the only way we, as a developed Viksit Bharat, can get to them, of course, is through many forms of innovation, which are frugal and in many aspects digital. So I think it was great to hear the leaders of healthcare delivery in terms of regulators, in terms of our foreign partners, in terms of public hospital leaders and private hospital leaders, to say what are we doing, but more importantly, where do we move from here? So it's not just to sit around saying, hum to bade achhe hain. It has to do with there are numerous roadblocks. What are the challenges we will face as we move towards Viksit Bharat for healthcare? And therefore, let's start understanding them and let's start evolving them. For example, let me just say this. Firstly, health is not just health, it is wellness. And we got to therefore move to wellness, which is lack of disease, physical well-being, social well-being, mental well-being, environmental health well-being, and emotional well-being. Now, once we have that, then we know what are the challenges. And I truly believe, I think, we have challenges ahead of us. And the challenges are those of getting the stakeholders around the table and saying we trust in each other. For example, regulators, policymakers, healthcare providers like doctors, nurses. We have the public hospitals, the private hospitals. We have the industry, the device industry, the digital industry, the innovators, the scientists, and then the patients. Now, all these need to trust each other, get along, saying Viksit Bharat, and therefore thankful to our Honorable Prime Minister to have impinged this motto in everyone's mind. Viksit Bharat by 2047 has to be a reality individually and collectively.
Another thing I wanted to ask you that you were mentioning that digital technologies also need to be incorporated in the healthcare infrastructure of India. So how is Fortis ensuring that digital technologies not only reach to the maybe the person who have access, but how is it reaching to the remote areas as well?
This is a great question. And it's only through digital technology will we firstly make patient empowered and understand prevention also, not just treatment aspects. And prevention is the key at the moment. It is only through digital technologies that we make it accessible and affordable, but also, very importantly, keep the patient out of the hospital and in his own environment. And that makes it inexpensive for the patient. So, for example, telemedicine is a prime example. Flourished during COVID times, needs to continue as a part of healthcare delivery, where patients at home can connect with their doctors, and that's what we do all the time. Telecommunication has continued immensely. The second aspect of what we do is wearable monitors and devices. A patient goes home, we want to know what his heart rate is doing, what his blood pressure is doing. We want to know whether he has any fast heart rhythms, which he got treated in the hospital for, and he's able to record them instantly and send it to us. Sometimes it is there, sometimes not there, but we are able to assure him, we are able to treat him at home. Our heart failure patients at our hospital go home with a wearable device which can actually predict and beep if he's actually going into fluid retention and more fluid. That happens 48 hours before he can even go into clinically a frank pulmonary edema, which may need emergency admission. Well, we are able to predict that. He's able to beep to us. He sends us this recording to say, this beeped, what does it mean? We say, take the extra pill. Take a double dose today, take a double dose tomorrow. And then, thankfully, he gets better. He stays out of the hospital, avoids an emergency admission. I think these wearable devices, the fourth aspect is what we started recently, which is so phenomenal. We're doing the pilot study on what we call home rehabilitation. Normally, Patients have a heart attack, patients have a surgery, patients have angioplasty. What are their concerns? When they go home, their concerns are, how much can I walk? Will something happen to me? What do I eat? They're also mentally, they're under stress. They've just had a major surgery. How much can I do? What is my, what can I exercise? Can I play my games? Am I from here on going to be a very guarded, maybe not survive? What is my family life going to be? What about my hobbies? So we take them through at home, through virtual counseling. There's a social counsel, there's a psychological counsel once a week. There is exercise counseling twice a week. There is food counseling once a week, where he connects to us and he's able to talk. And he says, I did so many steps today. Was that okay? No, I think you should now increase it further. Can I drive? I haven't driven. I said, no, you can drive now. So when you take a rehabilitation through, it's been shown that patients do better with rehabilitation. Earlier, the rehabilitation used to be in the hospital. Every hospital has those where a patient comes in for an hour, says, now I'm getting better, it's supervised. Now we supervise that at home. And practically, we want to transfer 100% of our patients who are getting home, whether it's heart failure, whether it's heart attack, whether it's bypass surgery, to this at-home rehabilitation through virtual link-ups. And I think that's the future. Empower patients for both prevention, for treatment, and for understanding their own health, treating themselves, and not coming back to the hospital, because quality care means personalized care and keeping them at home, and equitable care and immediate care.
Another thing I wanted to ask you is, are you also leveraging the use of AI somewhere, and how do you see the role of AI in general in healthcare?
Oh, I think it's going to be huge. Of course, it's always going to be medical caregiver dictated in multiple ways. The personal touch can't move away to AI alone. But in terms of teleradiology, in terms of echocardiography, in terms of interpretation of ECG by even a nurse sitting there next to the patient, it is huge where accurate interpretations can happen and help the doctor to get rid of a multiple wrong signals which he may have to clear, to just focus comes in on what is right and what's wrong. So it takes away a load of unnecessary information away for him to focus on the right information and give accurate diagnosis. So I think it's going to spread in multiple ways, provided we understand that it is an aid to the medical fraternity. And I think everything which is like that, which helps our 1.4 billion population, I think we probably need it more than anywhere else in the world. Anywhere else in the world, they need it on the basis of not having enough personnel or ever super specialized personnel. We need it also to deliver care to the 1.4 billion people at home.
Lastly, just what do you think about the challenges? What are the current challenges in enabling AI or enabling digital technologies in the public health infrastructure in India?
Yeah, the current challenges are that we still piecemeal. It's great in the recent times that we have the digital push from our policymakers, from our government, from our Prime Minister being extremely passionate about the digital push. And I think that was needed. But what we need is upstream and downstream integration all over. We are the biggest country with penetration of net practically across this country like nowhere else in the world. We have accessibility to cell phones and enough digital technology. We now need to train more people to be preventive, and the push has to be that everybody has to be on the same page. It's a mission. And it's a mission which can't be fragmented. So upstream and downstream integration, policy makers and doctors and nurses and industry. And reward the industry, encourage the industry, make it simple for them, because minds in India continue to work faster than the rest of the world. And there should be no roadblocks. So we should consider this mission as one of the most important missions. Let's not be any roadblocks. Let's be together in it. And I think let's do away with the trust. That's why I said start off with consolidation. COVID gave us the biggest opportunity to be the nation with resilience, collaboration, and cooperation. And trust happened at that time between every stakeholder to deliver one thing. India will win COVID like nobody else has done in the world. And we did it. Let's do it for let's do it for healthcare as well.
Thank you so much, sir. They were wonderful insights. Thank you so much.